We are? Yep. Running. What's happening, everybody? I'm joined by the one and only Adam McKola. Make sure you check out their channel. It's called the Stretford Paddock. We're here at the kickoff. We've just finished. Rovan, the main man, is just packing away there. We've just watched Liverpool win 3-0 against Leicester. This was the one. This was the fixture they were going to drop points, wasn't it?
This was, I kind of just watching the game. I came into this one today thinking, this smells like an upset. Leicester City are going to beat Liverpool. And it's the time where everyone starts talking about Spurs and Chelsea and Leicester and Everton potentially taking the title this year. And Liverpool have just won that and at a canter. I never felt like they were in trouble. They obviously gave up chances to Leicester, but they won that game so comfortably. And for those that were worrying about Van Dijk and Thiago and all these injuries causing them problems, Klopp just seems to have it all under control.
It really
and that
does.
would worry me.
But you know what I think? I can take some positives, right? Because obviously watching Liverpool run away with it like that looks problematic if you support any other club. The reason why I don't necessarily think it's as problematic as perhaps you may first think, Leicester were terrible. Leicester didn't turn up.
But they created, not chances, but a lot of openings at 0-0. They had a few openings where they possibly scored, they should have scored. They had a number of openings. I think what didn't help Leicester was today that for a lot of this season they haven't played Maddison because of injury. So they played Maddison from the start today and they kind of gave up a little bit of that defensive solidity that they had. And I kind of was thinking this during the game. I don't know why I didn't bring it up on a stream, but
you saved it. You saved your good stuff for this.
You know, Liverpool losing Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Does that make them more? Doesn't that make them easier? Sorry. Doesn't that make the opposition easier to defend against for them? Because opposition now are coming up against Liverpool thinking, we can attack these.
And
so they're going to attack because there's no Van Dijk, and then they're leaving themselves open at the back.
You know what? That's a really interesting point. I'm definitely going to nick that on the next kick. I think there's something in it. I think the fact that you now think that Liverpool are vulnerable at the back means that you may be slightly more ambitious, and that could therefore benefit
Liverpool. And they're
Liverpool.
not even more vulnerable at the back.
And they're not more vulnerable.
Matip today were
good. Yeah, it's worrying, but they were complete. The boys, it's all about Jota. We've got to talk about him, haven't we?
What a signing. For 40 million, I kind of thought, I'm not bothered by this signing for Liverpool. I think a lot of people did it. Wolves fans didn't even care about this signing.
I didn't see it going this way. Like, don't get me wrong, I thought it was quite astute, and I thought that, you know, the Wolves project's an interesting one, but I didn't see it going like this.
It's so easy to implement and embed new players into teams that are successful, though. You know, when you've got a good, happy spirit around a team, and these players are just coming in.
Yeah,
and
you're coming into a
it's
team of champions.
So
it's easy to hit the ground running, isn't it? But look, we can't sniff at it. He scored more goals in open play at home than your club. He scored more goals in open play at home than Manchester City. This is the kind of player that actually lands and takes you to a title, isn't it?
He scored more goals altogether. Yeah, fuck, that's bad. That it's a great signing. And look, if you would have thought Diogo Jota would make Liverpool more certain to win the title, people would have laughed at you. Diogo Jota, are you being serious? He doesn't even start for Wolves. But this shows you the levels of Jurgen Klopp.
It is. This is
how
just a reflection on Klopp.
How he's squeezing everything out of these players. I always say a team is a reflection of their manager. United, inconsistent. Sometimes we're great, sometimes we're bad. That's Ollie. You know, and I think when you look at
what Klopp's done there, it's outrageous, isn't it? It really is. Do you know what? As much as talking about Liverpool and their brilliance is fun, we should have a chat about kind of what's going on. Like, you're becoming now, you're a semi-regular on the kickoff. It's good fun doing this, isn't it?
It's great fun. I'm absolutely enjoying it. Obviously, I'm a fan anyway. You know what I love about this industry? I'm a fan of yours. I'm a fan of Bry's. I'm a fan of Laz's. So I tune in, or I've watched your content. So like, I'm a fan. So when I get to then be a part of things that I'm a fan of, it's even better for me, because we've been doing this. Well, you've been in show business for a long time, but we've been doing this football media work for a similar amount of time.
You were my originals. You know that you're the OG. You're the one I met day one when I first started in YouTube. I remember we worked. You remember when we worked together?
Yeah.
You were the first person that I ever met who was in this world. Like,
and you know what I love? Yeah, me and you. We come from very different worlds, very different backgrounds, and we're people that would never have met each other, or
through the love of football,
even for do I like that guy? Like, I don't even know.
I don't know if I'd agree with that, and I've always liked you.
No, but you mean, like, would I even like him? Would we even get on? Would we even have anything in common? And it's like, boom.
Football's there,
and it's like, yeah, like I said, I'm a fan of these guys anyway, so to then be a part of it.
And you come in, you're on more and more regularly. It's brilliant.
There might be some news soon, but I'm going to be here as much as I possibly can anyway, so...
I don't even know what that's exciting. So I suppose now we should do the obligatory conversation, which is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Manchester United.
Oh, we're not. I thought we were talking about Liverpool and Leicester.
We're going to do good. You know, you're synonymous with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I'm afraid. Overall, you got the 3 points yesterday. It's all that matters, really, isn't it?
Jesus Christ, that's one way to look at it. Yeah, we did get the points.
I'm a glass half full kind of guy.
I think it's one of them games. You know, if we went to the match.
Yeah.
In the ground and you see the chances you have, you walk out thinking, how have we not won that 3-4-0?
Yeah.
But when you're watching it on telly and there's no goals and you're frustrated and you're listening to dickhead commentators and you're just there like, I just want to be back in the ground.
Yeah, I know.
A 1-0 scrape.
I know.
You bounce out of the ground after a 1-0 scrape. When you've watched it on TV, you're like,
missing. Do you know what? When you miss football, you have these moments, don't you? And do you know where I had like a real moment? I love Thiago Silva. He has become like, do you know how I know this because of obviously our friendship, but do you remember when you used to love for no reason? It was like an irrational love for Radamel Falcao. Do you know when you were just obsessed with Falcao for no real reason? That's how I've got about Thiago Silva. Yeah. Like I've kind of like conjured up this little fantasy that me and him would be mates.
You would be mates.
We'd be mates. We'd get on well.
You would be mates.
And when it really hit me that we couldn't go to football is when he scored in front of where I sit. And it's kind of celebrated into the stadium. There was no one there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, mate, I needed to be there.
It's like I never got to see Martial's first hat-trick, Rashford's first hat-trick.
Man, we're robbed of these moments.
You know, little moments. The last moment I had in the stadium was McTominay's goal against City.
Oh,
and I remember looking around and being like, this, like even now I feel it in my chest. I remember looking around feeling this is special, this is amazing. And it was almost like I knew it was going to be taken away from us. And it's like, football's never going to be the same again.
Was that your last, do you know what I was just thinking there? My last game. It was when Bayern Munich walloped us at Stamford Bridge.
Oh, that would make you not want to go back to football, right?
Yeah, we couldn't get the ball off them. They beat us 3-0. Yeah, I know what you mean. What, you don't think it will be the same when we go back?
No, because remember when like
we're never going to be
packed. We're never going to be old man will kiss you, but you don't even know who he is. That happens now. You're decking it. Like, you give me Corona, dickhead. The whole landscape of everything has changed.
Also, packed on. You know the way you're packed on a tube, packed on a tram in Manchester or whatever. That's not happening again, is it?
On an away end and like that bouncing around and
that is not happening.
Like, all that's gone. And what do you miss the most? Like, what do you miss the most?
Do you know what it is? There's loads of moments, but do you know what it is? It's the routine. It's like the people, because I've got a lot of, I'm sure it's the same for you at Old Trafford. I've got a lot of friends at football who I don't know. I know them at football. I know where they sit. I know what they do at half time. I know where they drink before the game. But I don't know anything about them.
They're people that you don't say their name because you've seen them for so long.
Known them for 15 years.
It's too awkward now to say, what was your name again?
Yeah, they don't know mine. But you know those friendships that you meet, they're really superficial friendships, but it's sad. It's sad.
It's true, yeah. Like I know this guy, this is exaggerated point to make point. There's a guy that sits next to us and we know he's there because every game he does the same fart and it smells the same.
That's appalling.
It's appalling, but it's like, it's one of those things you grow to love about going to football. I miss his farts.
That is appalling.
I miss like stupid. I miss getting tired walking up the stairs.
Yeah. Well, we went to Newcastle last week, and I was gutted that I didn't go and watch that game from, like, you know, with binoculars needed. It's a shame. But look, Ad, it's always an honour to have you on this channel. Thank you so much for coming on. It's great to have you here as well. Where can people find you for more Manchester United?
Adam McKola and Stretford Paddock. Just type them in after YouTube.
Put a comment in the thing so people can find it. Thank you all so much for watching, and please click subscribe if you haven't already. I'm out. Lovely.